of tongue.
Okay, then allow me to go ahead.
The truth is, go ahead. Don't deflect. Answer the question.
No, there's not. See,
no, it's a deflection tactic. Go ahead.
See, let me tell you what cannot happen here.
Yes, what cannot
is
happen?
that you cannot control me or talk to me like a secondary school student.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If you ask a question,
answer the question
and listen to the answer.
Yes.
So that's the first correction.
Yeah.
The second correction has to do with what you wanted to know about our activities in Villa. Ordinarily, I would have said it's none of your business, but I will help you. My office is 101 in the State House, Presidential Villa. I'm a special advisor to the president. Was initially announced as special advisor, media and public communication, redesigned to special advisor, policy communication, status special advisor, no demotion, the same. I have unfettered access with the president. Last week, we had a meeting. Let us throw that one off the corner. You said Sunday Dare and Bayo Ononuga corrected me. That's wrong. It's a press statement that was issued from the presidency. There was no specific individual that corrected.
Why did you call yourself a presidential spokesman?
Let me finish. I am still a presidential spokesman.
Okay.
Yeah. The statement that was issued said that instead of one, there are 3 presidential spokesmen. Okay. Let us throw these ones that are not relevant. The reason I'm here today is because I have never been afraid to appear on Arise TV. I have been a friend of this TV station, and like I said when I began, I appear on Arise in London and here. During your gossip section, you call it stories trending.
No. It's not gossip. Yeah. It's public opinion.
You call it, I have opinion, the same way you express your opinion, I'm expressing mine.
But it's not gossip.
The gentle lady here, Ayo, insinuated by what she said, let him come here, as if I am running away from coming to this station. It is singular reason. I tweeted, I said, that is innuendo. Fix a date and time, I'll be here, and I will come to the Lagos studio to answer your question.
Very good. True to time. So answer the second question I asked you.
What is the second question?
The same government you said all those things about.
Yes.
That Tinubu didn't win this, and all of that. That processes were shambolic. You were speaking for Atiku.
Everything.
Yes. You admit you said those things against this government. Why are you still serving in the same government? Good. The government you called a night of 1,000 laughs if they get elected. Why are you serving in? Are you part of the joke?
So if you ask the question, you wait for me to answer.
Go ahead, Bwala.
Good. I was in the opposition.
Yes.
In case you don't know, the role of the opposition is to oppose the government. In doing so, you de-emphasize the strength of the government and emphasize your strength. Where they have strength, you allow them to argue their matter. They rest their case on their strength and not on the weakness of the opposition. When I made a decision on the 10th of January, and after I visited the president, from that day till date, I speak well of the president and I support his activities. Now you ask, I spoke. Can I have water to drink, please?
Sure.
Yeah, please get him water.
You said I spoke against
him. You said a lot of things. You delegitimized him. You said it was not a legitimate government. All the things you said. Do you still stand by them, or you had a change of heart?
They are irrelevant.
They are irrelevant. So the question is, you are not a man of convictions. Because if you said those things out of your convictions, then so your convictions change.
So here, every day, wiki, and at the end of the day, you people sat and nominated him as the best minister. So you are not a station of conviction.
Anyway, it's not Arise that nominated him. It is this day that nominated him.
This day,
secondly, you are saying you don't have convictions. That's what you're saying.
You don't have conviction, wiki, and then you come together and
Mr. Bwala. Okay. Mr. Bwala, thank you for honoring our invitation.
That's Laba's comeback. I think that is going to remain with him for the rest of his life, if we are being honest. Even though, like, they are men with no scruples, they are men with no honor. Don't forget that. But every now and then, because everywhere he goes, everybody is asking him, but you said, it doesn't matter anymore. Whatever I said back then, they're irrelevant now. So does that mean that you don't really have any major political conviction? You are just anywhere belly face. So Every day you come here, you shout, wiki, 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 wiki. Say, Alaye, answer your own question, leave Wiki. And you still went on to make him the Minister of the Year award. It is diversionary. It is, they have a special, I don't think, well, I will think anyway. I believe that they have this special training for those who are working for government to be so shameless, number one. Be shameless enough that you don't have to be so concerned about your, what do you call it? Your integrity or what have you. All right. And be very good in acting, deviating, like reverse tactic as well, or reverse psychology. They say reverse psychology. Just begin to plant doubt in even what, your very strong opposition is like shooting at you. So divert, punch their integrity, check their confidence and the rest of that. I don't know if they are not probably training them for it, even though they are doing it poorly as well. But you must first of all people say have no conscience. I don't think there are people with no conscience, but everybody has conscience, but some people's conscience are just dead. They don't feel like the way me and you will feel about doing something that is wrong. They don't feel the same way in different world. And that's for Bulaba. A man that spent 7 years, minimum, 7 years in defending Bukwari, defending APC, Egbekebe, and just about 2 years to at the end of Bukwari, he left the APC. He's an actor, he's a lawyer, he's one of the mouthpieces for the obedient movement. Kenneth Okonkwo, right? Ken Okonkwo, or Kenneth Okonkwo. He has been, I don't know if I use the word, he has been moving kind of like a funny in the last 1 year. Is someone who caught the, what do you call that, the anger or the angst of some of the obedient when it came so hard on Peter Obi, that Peter Obi it doesn't have what it takes to fight the power, the power mongers in Nigeria. And the soft person can't face these guys. And if he think it does have something to challenge these guys, then he should begin to assert that authority. Unfortunately, he believes that Peter Obi has no control over the Labour Party. And the failure of Peter Obi to take over Labour Party properly and stabilize it, prepare it for a challenge in the future, they kind of contributed to him changing his mind by withdrawing, and this time around by resigning from Labour Party. His position at first.
I've said it before, and I'm going to repeat it again. When I came into partisan politics, my loyalty is not to any political party or any politician. My loyalty is to the country, to the constitution, to the people, before I begin to contemplate political party and politicians. And so I don't quit. I've made up my mind I've come for the betterment of Nigeria and to be a servant. And I've made up my mind that stable democratic culture is the best way to go. In this, I will not quit. But when I am in a midst of a people that do not share the same ideology, who believes that strength or might is right, and who believes that you have to do it anyhow, provided you're succeeding with it, that it's a success. Whenever I'm in the midst of such people, and if they have vowed not to change their ways to the right way, I will quit them. Because tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. Tell me, the scriptures said, evil communication corrupts good manners. So you cannot be in association with people who are obviously not moving in the right direction and claim that you will be the only saint amongst them. So I do not quit, and I will not quit. So I do not defect, because my membership of a political party depends on that political party, not on another party. So the strengths and weaknesses of the party I am in is what I consider to join or to leave the party. since I am not a man that is double-faced, I'm not used to double alliance. When I'm done with one, I'll conclude it, and I will withdraw, and then I will strategize, and I will think of the next way to go. Coalition will always be better, because democracy is about numbers, it's about cohesion. The more the merrier. The more we are together, the happier we shall be. If the opposition is serious at making any attempt in 2027, and one reason that I left Labour Party, by February 25th, the next election, presidential election, will be 2 years. And legitimately political alliances, alignments and realignments are supposed to commence. And then there is a party that has not even articulated who their leaders are, and they're not even willing to make compromise. And so from that 2 years on, is it believable that Tinubu has spent 2 years in office? Yes, it is. 50% of his time. The way the last 2 years just got evaporated, that's the way the next 2 years is going to be. So any party that is still broiled in a lot of controversy and confusion and conflicts will likely not even be qualified to contest for the 2027 election. So coalition will always be better. A broad base of people of diverse culture, diverse ethnicity, diverse religion coming together, making the necessary sacrifice and compromise will be the best thing and the only thing probably that will take out this incompetent APC. This APC government has been really very terrible. Their arrogance is legendary and their ignorance is palpable. And I give you an example whenever I make any assertion. The ignorance of APC, you heard as they are talking when they were making budgets. Everything is rising in price. The tariffs. Electricity tariff is going to rise probably by 65%. You can see how even telecommunication has risen. You can see we are still paying a lot in transportation, in energy, etc. And this APC government had the audacity to tell Nigerians that in 2025, they are going to reduce inflation to 15%. Meanwhile, we are suffering cost of production, induced inflation. How on earth is this possible? This is sheer ignorance, and this is sheer arrogance in admitting that you have failed. So seeing all these failures, it will be also the failure of the opposition that are not able to articulate their stand, come together as one, and take out this incompetent government.
That's Ken. So to Ken, he believes in coalition, the opposition coming together, and indeed, even if you have to start your own political party, for you to be able to qualify to contest in an election, then you must begin the process now. But his disappointment is that all the opposition parties, some opposition parties are currently enmeshed in endless internal crisis, and because of that, that gives Tinubu the leverage, which means even if within their own political party, within their own APC, they have their own problems, but the moment the guy that is in charge, the moment he brings out the whip, he can whip a lot of them to line than this disorganized opposition. That's his own position, though. And he doesn't want to be in a political party like Labour Party, according to him, that is, you have no idea who is in charge or who is in control and all that stuff. So he didn't want to be part of that anymore. He was one of those who did so well in ensuring that, what's that guy's name again? Their chairman is removed so that they can start on a very clean slate. You see those ones in Labour Party, they are they're like businessmen. So every 4 years, it's always like, the rainy season for them. So this time they just, like their net, sort of caught two big fish for them, the obedient. That's why a lot of things got so escalated so rapidly. And then everything just went up in smoke the way it went. So, on the other matter, right, this same 2027 charade of a thing, they asked him, what is what did he feel towards that? And he categorically said, again, that the likes of Peter Obi should not contest again. Should not run. They use the word, run, not run again. Tinubu, Atiku should not run. All of them should drop out. So fresh mind, fresh this or that should be given the opportunity. Anyway, in his words, quickly.
From the love of the people. When I want to take a decision, I look at what is right or wrong, what is true or false.
Mr. Okonkwo, you said Peter Obi was the best option for Nigeria in 2023.
I still maintain that.
Up until now.
In 2023.
But 2027,
yes.
Will you still work for Peter Obi?
You already know my stand on that.
You said you would not. That
whatever happened in 2023 should go with 2023.
You said Peter Obi, Bola Tinubu, and Atiku should step aside.
I said it and I maintain it. Because in Nigeria, people will not give you their mandate and you treat it with levity. You must do everything decisively to secure it. Unfortunately, nature has bestowed on us the duty that in Nigeria you will not only win election, but you have to fight for your mandate. It has become part of our democratic.
So what party are you going to?
And remember, I told you that the indecisiveness of what happened in Labour Party was the last straw that broke the camel's back.
And you blame Peter Obi for it?
I blame everybody, including myself. We must all take collective responsibility for the anarchy in Labour Party. I saw it coming. I am a trained administrator before I even became an actor. And when I see crisis coming 1,000 kilometers, I cite it. And I'll tell people, let's take it out. When I was saying anarchy looms, we have not come to this level. Now we've come to a level where you have caretaker committee that is chosen by all the members, stakeholders of Labour Party. And you have another set of clowns claiming that they are leadership of the party. And they will use all means to sustain themselves in power. They will use all legal abracadabra. They will use all, because they are looking for their pockets.
So who will then, if you think Peter Obi
for now, I've not made my
good enough
on the next party,
the APC is not good enough, I'm not. Are you going to be the PDP? Or which party have you decided to go for?
For now, I have not made a decision on the party I want to go in. And if I do not see any party that has clear direction on the welfare of the Nigerian people, I will sit down and take it up in prayers. I would not join any party, except to my own understanding, it's a party that has a clear direction to the welfare of the people.
So Labour Party is a gunner as far as you're concerned. It's not a platform that can be of good to any Nigerian going forward.
Labour Party cannot even rescue itself. So how can it talk about rescue Nigeria? I've just told you.
What about Peter Obi and a possible coalition that can change things around?
You just say coalition. That is the best alternative that the opposition people would have to take.
If they take Peter Obi, would you work for him?
Now, you're coming into democracy. If the whole opposition should come together as one, and I decide that I have seen that this collectivity have the interest of Nigerians at heart, whoever they bring out.
So as of today, you are still a member?
Because I dated my retirement, as in, but you know, I am on terminal leave.
So you are returning to the APC?
First of all, I have told you before, and at the risk of being misunderstood, that I don't use the word never in anything that I am doing. Never belongs to God. But why did I leave APC in the first place? They were a party that was moving Nigeria in the wrong direction, security-wise, economy-wise. And I waited to see whether if there is a new government, when there is a change of power, we could see a new lease. Then Tinubu came in and then decided to choose a fellow Muslim to become his vice president. In addition to the security problem, in addition to the economic problem. So Tinubu now displayed that he is a man that is cantankerous to the spirit of diversity. I was telling my Muslim brothers that it's not about religious sentiments. It's about that a man who does not recognize our religious diversity will not recognize our ethnic diversity. That is simply a man who is cantankerous to the spirit of our diversity. What is happening today? The Muslims are suffering most in this country because it's about using them to acquire power. He just gave posts to the north without power and gave power to his people. So if you're talking about my going back to APC, if I say I'm a man looking for good governance for Nigeria, and I see a man who